Zakat, Chicago. Is Zakat due on funds with restricted access? By Sheikh Rizwan Ali.
Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wassalam ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa ashabi man wala wa ba'd. One of the common questions that we get is, how do I give zakah on funds that are restricted, such as 401k? And one of the things with 401k is that there's an amount in the account, and then there's another amount that a person would have access to, minus the penalties and the taxes. So if a person has $100,000 in their 401k, minus the penalties and taxes, they may have access to $60,000. So zakah would be due on the $60,000, not the $100,000 which is in their account, according to the majority of scholars. Another opinion is that zakah would not be due on restricted funds because a person would not be able to access it. But majority of scholars say that if a person was in a bind, they would be able to access not the $100,000, but the $60,000. So zakah would be due on that $60,000. Allahu Ta'ala a'lam. Another question that sometimes comes up is in terms of loans. And the ulama, they take the loans and they divide it into two categories. One category is the loan that is expected to be returned. So the ulama, they say that that loan, zakah should be given on that loan. Whereas if it's not expected to be returned, then zakah is not due on the loan that is not expected to be returned. And I remember asking one of my teachers, what does that mean, expected to be returned? So one of my teachers said, even if you have more than a 50% hope and expectation that the loan will be returned, give zakah on it. But if it's less than 50%, then don't worry about giving zakah on that for that year. But if it is returned to you unexpectedly, then give zakah on that. And that is how you would give zakah to a loan that you have given to somebody else. Allahu a'lam. Another question that we get asked is about debt. If I have debt, does that absolve me from giving zakah? Does that mean I don't have to give zakah? The ulama split debt into two main categories, short-term debt and long-term debt. Short-term debt is if you have borrowed money, you can subtract it from your wealth and calculate the zakah on the balance of wealth that remains. Long-term debt is identified as a person who has a mortgage on real estate, car, etc., and you have a payment plan. Then the monthly payments can be deducted from the zakah. Some scholars say that deduct one monthly payment as part of your expenses, and whatever remains, then give the rest in zakah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us all from debt and give us the ability to be financially strong and independent. Ameen.